try to join us if he has time, but we're not going to wait up for him. Alright. So, as everyone can see, we are using Google Hangouts because stuff happened. We're not going to go into that. However, last time on Hoard of the Dragon Queen, really nothing of note happened except some various little small events. And finally, the group, at the very end of the session, went over there to their cult caravan, and they browsed around. They did indeed find out, at least they're pretty sure, that this is the cult wagon. And, yeah.
We've searched supposedly like 13 or 14 or whatever of the
caravans.
The 13 wagons of approximately 40. So we're going to continue to check to see if there's any other cultists.
All right.
Well, that are carrying cargo. You know.
Yeah, you do that. And why is this? I don't even care. Just work. Thank you for working properly. Okay. So you guys are on the road again. Anything you wish to do over the next few days?
Not really.
Just continue, I guess, to send out little animals and figure out what we can do on the rest of the caravans.
Yeah, all right.
Wagons,
so you guys are making your way, and you're almost to Daggerford out here. And you've searched all of the wagons now. Some events have happened. You've fought off hobgoblins and ettercaps and spiders. You led the caravan away from a huge spider forest and all sorts of stuff. And it does seem to be that one wagon is the only one with that much gold and stuff in there. Like, other wagons have like a chest of gold, but that's the only thing they have, it seems, through scouting out. But yeah, you're probably about 7 or 8 days away from Waterdeep at the moment, and you're about to rest at Daggerford.
All right. How long can he control a small animal for?
He can't control small animals.
Sure, he just talks
to
it, and it would do him a favor.
Yeah, if he gives it a berry, it does this for him, stuff like that.
So I kind of was wondering if when we get close to Waterdeep, we have a little squirrel. We probably know of a tavern or something like that in Waterdeep. We have a little squirrel stow away, and then come back and tell us where he was, maybe.
Where he was?
Where they take the cargo. Like, the little squirrel will stow away with the cargo.
Probably wouldn't work, just because that's a little bit too much complexity for a small squirrel to handle.
That's fair. Their brains are like the size of walnuts.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you say, wait there, find out where they're going, and then navigate this huge city that you've never been in before to this sign that you can't read. All
right.
I think you underestimate the squirrels. Such a naysayer. The squirrel can do it.
Yeah, there we go.
You gotta believe in the squirrel.
If you say so.
I do say so.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to do in that, like, 20-some-odd day hike at all? Interactions with people?
Not particularly.
All right.
Guess so,
I think we've done a lot of what we've already kind of wanted to do, as long as we kind of continue with status quo, that we're not recluse or just making ourselves invisible, so to speak.
One of the cultists finally makes a move, like right before you get to Daggerford, and he comes up to you, Devolt. You and your group have been eyeing mine for these last 33 days. I think I've got you placed. You're a deserter. I saw you roaming around the camp out by Greenest a long time ago. I don't like deserters.
What time of day are we looking?
It's nighttime.
Nighttime and...
I mean, it's like evening. The sun is setting. There's still plenty of light. People are setting up campfires.
You're going to call me a deserter?
Yes.
Friend, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to take that back.
Am I there?
Yeah. If you want to be there, I assume you're all close by. You
right.
at least see this cultist walk up to Devault.
All right, I'm definitely listening then.
All right.
You have done an absolutely piss-poor job of hiding who you are and what your intentions are.
What do you mean?
And
we're not wearing our robes. We're not talking to anyone.
that's the whole point. You notice everyone else is talking with everyone. Everyone else is socializing. Everyone else is blending in, except your crew. I cannot believe they train people to be as stupid as you. I simply wouldn't believe it. And to call me a deserter, you think if I was a deserter,
make a deception.
And see how,
deception roll.
Sure.
Yeah. And continue your speech. Sorry.
Yep. You think if I was that incredibly stupid to recognize you, to spot you out exactly, why the hell would I come up to you and talk about my daughter and son, Tia and Matt? Are you that thick? You know, now that I'm starting to think more of it, you're claiming I'm the deserter. Do I know for sure that you're taking this stuff where it needs to go?
Yeah, you know. I'm not allowed to talk about it even to other cultists. Resmer didn't say that there was going to be followers keeping checks on us.
Well, how stupid do you think we are?
Well,
You think that we're not going to watch over something as important as this? Thankfully, you've had me watching your ass this entire time.
well, if that's what you think and that's what you say, what's your name, friend?
My name is DeVault.
DeVault. Mine's Myrrh.
Brr.
If you would, do me a solid. Keep an eye out for us further until we reach Waterdeep. And maybe you seem to have handled yourselves quite well. I thought you were poking and prodding around our stuff, but maybe, just maybe, you are who you say. And we'll talk later.
Maybe. Friend, you haven't heard of DeVault, have you?
No.
I want you to wait here for me 1 second.
Alright, I'll wait.
Friend will keep you company. I'm gonna head back into my caravan, just grab the red robes I'm keeping stashed.
Alright.
And just have them bundled up, wrapped up. I don't really want too many other people to show, but then just to come back out and show the red robes.
Fool, put that away.
You think I'm actually going to put them on and wear them here?
I don't know.
Who are you reporting to?
I don't know the name, per se. Phil, I shouldn't be talking about this.
Make a
Shouldn't be talking
persuasion.
about this.
Make a persuasion check to kind of egg him on.
Yeah, I can't be talking about this. I believe that you're one of us, but I have strict orders from Resmer.
Thankfully, we will say that, Resmer is who you're taking orders from. Fantastic. We'll keep an eye on you for now.
Alright.
So, the four of us.
Are your friends with you as well, or you...
Do you think we'd be traveling?
I thought maybe you just infiltrated some...
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
No. The four of us together here, the plant-loving one, that's more or less just a ruse on it. He's, people feel more comfortable around those nature lovers on tracks. You've got, the elf and the dwarf over there, excellent with weapons, and myself. Those are the people that you can trust, at least among us. Now, unless you are completely thick, I would make sure that you constantly have people watching this. But try and make yourself to come out to be a little more social. Try and make yourself to not be so goddamn obvious.
You know, I believe you, but your friend Casalt, I know his name because one of our agents infiltrated his bed several nights ago.
Aha!
And I mean, yeah. So I slept with your weird thing. What about it?
She said you weren't too into the Red's ways.
That's because I'm a black. Do you want me to get my robe? I mean...
Yes, but do not put it on, fool.
And then, I mean, I'll probably have my bag with me. I don't see why I wouldn't. So I just kind of open up my bag and show him and be like, that's why I'm not really fond of you fanatics. I don't think that really proves anything other than I was looking for a good lay.
Well, she's a dangerous one.
Certainly, I'd love to meet her again.
And what's your story, elf?
I'm not there.
Oh, you're not there. Okay. Alright, so Myrrh nods his head.
Tyrion knows better to hang out with Devault when he's scheming. Tyrion's just a dead giveaway.
So the cultist nods to you, and he turns back towards the caravan.
We'll be watching you till Waterdeep and then some, and then I head back to my own, I guess, expeditions.
Once it's delivered, you don't have to hear from us again. But until it's delivered, we're gonna be right here.
All right, he just walks away, and the night passes. Unless you want to discuss things with your friends.
Yeah, I would definitely bring it up to Saren, but and Brome, but I'd want to make sure we were pretty well separated from everyone else and keeping a close eye.
I love that Kevin that the Vault's theory was technically incorrect, but we just became the theory, and it's working very well.
Technically, I mean, he did say
they were alone.
On them.
No, we know for sure that they're the only ones moving it, but then we just became the secondary guards. You know what I mean? It was a good recovery.
You make your own reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
right. So we got Rexmer, the name dropped sergeant.
Resmer, R-E. I'll type it
Resmer?
out. Yeah.
Oh, S.
Resmer.
And then that dude's name was, what was that guy's name that we were talking
Myrrh.
to?
Myrrh.
And when talking with Saren and Prome, I'm not going to say, like, hey, we found the cult. It would be more of them. I would be speaking, I guess, in such a way to keep the lie going over listening here. You know, Consultant, I did make contact with Myrrh, the group that we're following and watching over for Tiamat, and making sure that, I guess, just speaking in such a way that anyone overhearing wouldn't be...
hey, I got it!
Alright.
Wouldn't be totally... Yeah, I don't know how close of an eye they're going to keep on us. I don't want them, if they heard us, to make us think that we're not who we say we are.
Clever. I like it.
Alright. So, you guys wake up in the morning afterwards, and the cultists still stay to themselves. They're not comfortable with talking to others, but they don't seem as closed off. And throughout the next day, you stop in Daggerford. You're allowed to get anything that you wish to buy. Well, not anything, but let me know if you want to buy anything, and I'll let you know if it's cool or not.
Have you gotten paid again?
Yes. You have been paid 3 times now at double wages. Well, technically 4, because you swindled him, the Bade.
So what is that, 80 gold, basically, for
Well, 80 gold for the vault.
And 4 times.
No, not 4.
Oh, you're only getting paid 5.
You're only getting paid 2 times. 2 times 5. So you got paid a total of like 30 or so gold there. Zach and James got his character is.
I left my rule book downstairs. I'm gonna be right back.
All right. Like around 48, I think 48 gold. James, that's what you've been paid because you're a sergeant. So are we good now?
I think so.
Alrighty then. In which case, you guys spend the day in Daggerford, and the next morning you start heading out. And you notice that there's 2 new people involved in the caravan now. Everyone make a perception check real quick first.
Perception check.
Alright. The vault. You notice that there's this human that seemed to latch on to the cultist wagon. This is mainly peculiar because throughout this entire trek, the cultists have refused to hire anyone on or let people buy their way onto their wagons. But this guy goes up to him, and he's able to buy passage with the cultist. And also, you notice that there seems to be something not right about his headgear. Like he's trying to hide something with his headgear. And you notice around the edges that there are tattoos on his head. And he must be covering those. And you know that many Thayans have shaved, tattooed heads. And there's also another person. It's a female gnome. And yeah, she's just kind of around the caravan as well, hopping from place to place. She hasn't gotten to you guys yet.
She armed?
Yes.
With?
Short sword and dagger.
Short sword and dagger. And is he armed?
No.
Walking stick?
Walking stick.
Yeah. The red wizard, probably.
Yup. If we knew that.
Well, I mean, come on now. That's kind of a popular theme within.
Like,
in
there's very few red wizards.
I guess would I know about it? And be an in check?
Well, you'd have to ask him. Like, I mean, you know that very few, like almost all Thayans have shaved, tattooed heads.
Okay.
Like,
so
yeah.
I mean, I just want to make sure that I could collect in my own head that he's likely a wizard of some sort.
And you also know
at least.
that the Sword Coast is just full of Thayans retreating from their homeland because of the Lich Sas-Tamsi's control. And so there's been an exodus of people trying to flee the land and influx in Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, and the entire Sword Coast of Thayans seeking refuge. But yeah.
I assume she's armored and he's robed?
Yes. Looks like leather armor on her.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, at least I'd convey to the group, a roguey type and a caster type. Alright.
Interesting.
That adds an interesting cog into the...
I mean, what you could do is you could just pull Mur aside and be like, what the hell? It's like, I told you to stop being conspicuous, and what do? You bring on 2 more random people that no one's seen before? I mean, you're trying to draw attention to yourself?
No, I mean, see, I don't want to give away that I don't know who these guys are.
I feel you.
If I'm overseeing this thing, there's a good chance that I would know all the plans. Actually, is it possible that I could catch Murr's eye?
Mm-hmm.
I would just give a nod and a smile to him. Knowing nod and a smile just to...
He gives you a quizzical look. He just gives you a nod back. And yes, many people try to buy the stag off of you for like thousands of gold pieces.
Sold!
But they're going up to Sari and like, I will offer you 5,000 gold pieces for this stag.
Do it for 4.
Yeah.
Sarian, of course, flatly refuses all offers.
Oh,
7,000.
Jesus, dude.
All offers.
10,000. That's my final offer.
Default, what's your number that you kind of turn on Sarian? We're approaching that limit. 10,000 gold. We're approaching that limit for Casalt very quickly. If I'm being honest, like...
Yeah, Casalt.
The stag's not an animal. I already explained this to you. What you're talking about is slavery. And probably, murder and skinning as well.
So, I mean, I did mention that I've smuggled humans, too, right? I mean, none of those things faze me. Except the 10,000 gold thing.
It's such a tough way to explain. Now, Casalt, the way that I see it, we know that they're bringing a lot of stuff to Waterdeep, right? And we know that this cult is bringing a lot of stuff there. Is it ever really going to be returned to its rightful people? I mean, how could you possibly return this stuff to its rightful people? You would cause mass riots. So clearly the fairest thing to do would be to make our fortune this way.
Okay, and, all right, there you go. You calm Casalt down then. He gives up on the golden stag again.
I mean, because what they're collecting, it's going to be worth a pretty penny.
So you stay, you decline the 10,000?
I do.
All right. Yeah, so you guys are on your way from Daggerford, on your way to Waterdeep. A day passes. Anything, want to do anything?
Are the, is the gnome and the wizard, are they more social than the other ones, or are they just as, like...
Make a perception check.
I'm sure I'd be, part of...
Because if they're up for being social, I'd be social with them.
All right, Devault. You notice that the gnome shows an interest in the Fey human, supposedly, who joined at the same time, and the one who is also welcomed aboard the cult wagons as a passenger. The gnome isn't traveling with them, but at every stop, the gnome goes over there and, like, just leans up against a nearby wagon, and it's obvious to you because you spot it, but, like, the others might not know, and she's just kind of, like, listening in on whatever the cultist and that wizard is saying. And you also know that the gnome shows the interest in the cultists themselves, asking stupid, silly questions like, oh, how's the weather? How's the trip? And you seem to think that she's just that type of person that observes their surrounding to the fullest. And you also notice her noticing you.
Who is this gnome? I'm sorry,
You don't know her name yet. You haven't.
Okay, I just noticed a specific female gnome that. Did we pick her up? Have I seen her before? I'm just not remembering a gnome at all.
No, you haven't seen her before. She's new.
Okay, it's just brand new.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you just notice that she's also aware of you as she catches you at the corner of your eye.
I want
to see her glance over.
Flash the Harper symbol and
she
vomit again.
And she like comes up to you, rushes, and says, "Put that fucking thing away, you insolent fool!"
Put what away?
The badge you just showed me.
What are you talking about?
You know what you just did. She turns away and she marches off.
I see someone making a scene.
You're the one that's making a scene.
Right, because I'm the one that just ran over to you. We've been watching this too. I'm just trying to say we're an ally and a friend. If you didn't make such a damn big deal about it, then maybe things would have been a little bit smoother here. Why don't you keep down? Why don't you meet up with us tonight? We'll tell you what we know.
Sure.
So the night time comes, and
I would definitely warn my party about her that I don't know anything about her. Worst comes to worst, if she's working against us, we can flat out kill her there. Sarian, I'm sure you'd have no problem with flat out killing her there. But
Well, I mean, if she's a cultist.
yeah, I'm waiting to see what she brings to us.
all right. So that night, you guys are sitting down, eating your gruel for the evening, and she comes over, and she says, "Stop what you're doing right now." She reaches into your food, Sarian, with her knife, and then she pulls out this sliver of bone. She goes, "It's curled into a circle so you can swallow it in a mouthful of gruel without noticing. But once eaten, it slowly uncurls inside you, exposing needle points that pierce your guts and kill you slowly. I suspect they're in all of your dinners."
That is... Those dicks.
Yeah, make a DC 15 investigation check or intelligence if you're not proficient with investigation. If you wish to search through the gruel.
Absolutely.
All right, Kevin, DeVault. You notice that there's several small lumps that could be bone slivers, but they might as well be oat husk or sawdust or insect eggs. Casalt, you're searching through, and they do just appear to be oat husk, sawdust, or insect eggs in yours.
So she was mistaken?
No, she wasn't.
Oh, okay.
She actually pulled out a sliver of bone.
How'd you know about that?
It was a hunch. I've been overhearing things at the cultist camp. But anyways, all you need to know is that we don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side. We
What's
share.
your name?
My name is Jamna Gleam Silver. But anyways, like I was saying, we share a belief that the cult of the dragon must be stopped. I need to know what they're carrying in those wagons and where they're taking it. Will you help me find out?
Who was the name of the paladin of the hand in
Orthar Froome. Onthar Froome.
I would bring up him that we know of with our
No, I am not so zealous as that.
No, but we know of him. We know of your group.
That's not
we know
my
what
group.
No. Then who do you work with?
A group that's allied with anyone that's against the cult of the dragon.
Was it the dragons that implanted the poison from my friend here?
What's
The
that?
little bone slivers? Was it the dragon cult that put the bone slivers in?
Make insight check real quick.
I guess asking her, but
But just insight, just real quick.
Sure.
She goes, yes, and you're not so sure about that. Like you have doubts.
Well, I don't think mine was poisoned, and I'm not going to eat it, but I also don't think Casalt's was poisoned. I know that Saren does have some enemies because of the stag. I also don't completely trust this chickie.
Well,
I swear, you refuse to sell one magical creature into slavery.
listen, I just need you to know that I'm on the same side as you. Now, please, will you... What information do you have? Where are they taking this? What's in there? Do you know?
Well, you know pretty well what's going on. We've been following these guys for a number of days. I just don't know that I can trust you.
You can trust me, she says.
Well, clearly. I had some doubts before, but after hearing that...
So convincing.
Believe what you will.
All right. As a sign of good faith...
Wait a second. This guy sounds like that cultist.
As a sign of good faith, tell us the most important detail you've learned from them so far.
I know that's no regular Thay. It's a red wizard.
You both showed up at the same time. How are we to not believe you're with him?
I've been following him, waiting for what he was waiting for. And this caravan came along, and he decided to go chat it up with a certain wagon with certain people involved.
So, I can tell you that wagon most likely is carrying what you're looking for.
Which is?
I mean, what you were commenting on earlier. What is it? What do you wish the wagon was carrying?
What do you think is in the wagon?
Yeah. What do you think is in the wagon?
I don't know. It could be powerful ritual gear, magical items.
I mean, I just feel so sad for you that you were sent out here with zero information to try and fulfill some ghost of a mission.
Listen, you don't understand how much you need me right now, and I can't tell you either.
You're gonna have a tough time winning this over with that attitude.
I'm trying to save you and your caravan, fool.
You
don't even know us.
So far.
Yeah.
I need to know what's in there.
What are you looking for? You said like 5 different things. None of that makes sense. Why are you even here?
I have a hunch that it's possibly treasure, but I do not know for sure.
Alright. It's treasure. What does that change?
Everything.
How does it change everything?
I can't tell you this.
I just told you what you were looking for. The least you can do is tell me what's going on.
I'm sorry, friend. But perhaps you could tell me one more thing. Why is it that the cultists seem to like you?
I lied. It's not treasure.
She doesn't believe your lie.
Why do the cultists like us?
Yes. I see you and your friend eyeing each other.
I think it's our sparkling personalities, personally.
No.
Devault? Sparkling personalities?
Why does the cultist like us?
Yes. Why do they seem amicable towards you?
Did they know that we could kill them? I don't know. Why does anyone...
We have our own groups and our own reasons.
Yeah. I am trusting you less and less, Gnome. Honestly, we've done you a favor by we've given.
And that's
you more
probably the
intelligence
smartest
than
thing you've
provided.
ever done.
Well,
I'm going to pull up my axe
Step
now.
2 of that is finishing you.
I thought it was a mall.
What?
I
He
thought
has
it was a
both.
mall. Not an
Oh,
axe.
I mean, I have both.
Oh.
I have an axe and the.
That's what
I
he's
mean,
fighting with originally. He just wanted to pick up a 2-hand weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an axe the whole time. Anyways, I pull out the axe and tell her that her attitude better change or she won't be leaving here.
I'm leaving here now. Farewell.
Okay, all right. So go time, everybody. She's slippery.
She walks away.
Hang
I
on
mean,
one
At the
second.
very least, we could beat the shit out of her. We don't have to kill her.
I just
I mean, she was rude, but
She didn't
I
give
don't
us
know
any
that she's
information.
not with the
at all.
cult.
she
I-
also
I-
didn't gain any information. Ooh,
She
they're
did
carrying
though.
treasure.
This
No,
is true.
but she's gained a lot of. I couldn't even talk about it. I'm gonna drop a. Gonna cast command, and drop. No, I'm sorry. Grovel. That she would just drop to the ground, kneeling, Only lasts for 1 round. Definitely in range, 120. And the save on that is it's 8 plus spell level plus modifier. So that's going to be a 14 on wisdom.
Wisdom? Alright.
Yeah, wisdom save.
14 wisdom save. Come on. And then no. She drops to the ground. What are you doing?
Can I grapple her? Is that a decent idea?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, just like
17 strength save.
Okay.
I think it's strength
well,
for
things
strength,
turned
right?
out very
For
poorly
grapple.
for her.
Oh, nice. Oh, your modifier didn't work though.
It's -1, so
So I hit.
well, if it's a save,
I'm attacking though. It's like an attack.
I know, but no. Is if she has to save against it.
but she's not. She can't save. She's prone. She's groveling.
Okay. No problem then. You grapple her, no problem.
All right, she's grappled.
All right, I guess Saren will draw his rapier and begin the first couple incantations of Shocking Grasp just to get it ready.
Oh
All
dear
right.
God, I'm wearing metal
So
armor.
so
Oh
one
God.
It's only if she gets away.
one round happens, and she's now just prone and trying to strike back. What are you doing? Let me go, you
Calm down
fool.
right now. You're going to give us some information yourself. You've been trying to play this whole mysterious game. I would say it's a lot easier if you just stop struggling and start coming to talk with us.